We actually not only say we believe in free speech, we believe in free speech.
The virtue signaling we're seeing from Republicans right now is insane.
On some issues that are matters of conscience, it is better to stand alone than not stand at all.
We're jumping back on the House floor to cover the anti-free speech Republicans now attempting to censor Al Green for utilizing his voice to defend Medicaid, health care for poor people and special needs children. And we're going to end with some rather strong words from Al Green himself. So be sure to first take a moment and like the video. It helps the channel out a bunch. It helps the video grow. And let's get right into it.
Let's stop clutching our pearls. There's been lots of heckling over on that side of the aisle. I saw the gentlelady from Georgia heckle the last president and have a whole heckling section there. We didn't try to censure them or kick them out of Congress or anything. We actually not only say we believe in free speech, we believe in free speech.
I love how recently the 180 in the political landscape has turned the Democrats from being the only party that cares about social justice to now them also being the only party that values our constitutional rights. Remember when MAGA pretended that free speech was like the core principle to their party because they wanted to say the N-word on social media and stuff? And now here they are literally trying to censor someone for doing speech, a Democrat, because he said, and I quote, direct quote, "You don't have a mandate to cut Medicaid, Trump." Really hard-hitting stuff, but Trump uses Pocahontas as an ethnic slur to refer to Elizabeth Warren, and I mean, that's just funny, and if you get upset, free speech.
The virtue signaling we're seeing from Republicans right now is insane. I'm sorry, who was it who yelled, "You lie," at President Obama during his address? A Republican. Who was it that heckled President Biden, standing up and ranting like lunatics? Republicans. Go back and look at the videos. It was embarrassing. And nothing was done about that.
Nothing was done, no internal punishment, no public censoring. It was cheered on, it was pushed and ran on Fox News for days, it was celebrated, but all of a sudden now, it's about decorum and respect. It's now about letting the president have his moment as Trump uses ethnic slurs and says things like, "We're taking Greenland no matter what." But yeah, the guy defending Medicaid, he was way out of line. Like, this is exactly what I mean when I say that Republicans are the ultimate cry bullies, because you know what? Let's take it a step further even and think, had Democrats censored Marjorie Taylor Greene after Biden's speech, imagine the field day that the right and right-wing media would have had about free speech and Republicans being silenced by the left and the establishment. And the second that they have the ability to do it, they're just like, anyone who doesn't bend the knee will be punished. Like, to them, free speech is quite literally just a campaign slogan.
I think that on some questions of conscience, you have to be willing to suffer the consequences. And I have said I will. I will suffer whatever the consequences are, because I don't believe that in the richest country in the world, people should be without good health care. I stood up for my constituents then. I'm standing up for my constituents now. I am grateful to Mr. McGovern for what he has said. I'm grateful to those who have been standing with me. But I will tell you, I appreciate you. No anger. The officers who escorted me out, they were kind to me. I don't blame the speaker for anything. Friends, I would do it again. I have to be candid with you. I'm not trying to in some way insult you. This is a matter of principle. This is a matter of conscience. There are people suffering in this country because they don't have health care. I'll close with this. On some issues that are matters of conscience, it is better to stand alone than not stand at all.
This is, and I say this a lot, quite literally, one of the best speeches I may have ever heard. Not only did he completely take accountability, something Republicans and especially Trump could never do, but he owned the moment in putting such a beautiful perspective into so many words. And it's a moral qualm that I wish more Democrats would have with themselves, where in times like this, it's not just politics, right? We're not just playing politics, but like our Constitution, the fabrics of what makes our country, morality essentially is on the line. Like, why would we play partisan or bipartisan here? Why would we play nice guy with the people trying to destroy that? Why would we not fight with everything we have? Let it be known with the voice that we have. It's not time to lay down our arms, but to lock them together and brace for what is to come. And I, for one, am glad that Al Green stood, even if he had to stand alone last night, not just for his constituents, but for all of us in America who really are tired of these things that have been going on, where in the wealthiest country, Trump thinks we should take from poor people's health care to fund tax cuts, where in the wealthiest country, MAGA wants to pull from your guaranteed retirement fund Social Security to fund more tax cuts, where in the wealthiest country in the world, Trump thinks that those who can't afford food shouldn't get food stamps to, you guessed it, fund more tax cuts. It's a real sad state of affairs.